Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Today, in this Hit 6 in 26 series, we will learn about Dama, the second of the sixfold inner wealth, Shat Sambati. We will first learn what is Dama, then why Dama matters, and how to practice it, and also how to measure the progress. First, let us learn what is Dama. Dama is actually mastering the senses. It is disciplining the sense organs, both organs of perception and also organs of action. It is not suppression, but deliberate management. Dhamma is making sure that the sense organs are my instruments and I am not their instrument. Adi Shankaracharya ji, he defines Dhamma as Shakshuradi Bahendriya Nigraha, mastery over the external sense organs. While Shama is internal discipline controlling the thoughts and emotions, Dhamma is actually external discipline, controlling seeing, speaking, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, etc. Now, let us look at why Dhamma matters. Let's look at some quotations from Shruti and Smriti. In Shruti, for example, in Kathopanishad, it says, the Lord has created the senses in such a way that they are programmed to go out only. That is a manufacturing defect. Paranchikani Vitarunut Swayambhuhu. So, how to actually discipline them? Dhamma helps that way. Dhamma helps to restrain and redirect them to go inward. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna has referred Dhamma, importance of Dhamma in many places. In sloka number 60 of chapter 2, he says, Indriyani pramadini karanti prasabham manaham. The sense organs and the mind, they have a very peculiar relationship. This joint venture between both of them actually can help in terms of pulling both of them upward or downward also. And that's why our Swami Chimayanandaji, our Gurudev, he comments while commenting this particular sloka, he says that even for the highly evolved seeker, if senses are not disciplined, then it will be retardation in their progress, in the spiritual progress. And Swami Tejavanandaji, in one of his works called Living Vedanta, he clearly highlights that if senses are not disciplined, then mind will be bound and it will not be ready for God. Vishaya Sakti Rupena Manobandhakarakam. So it is very important to note that the Dhamma matters despite the discomfort we may have in disciplining the senses. Now, let us look at how we can actually practice and master our senses. So let us use the acronym MASTER itself for remembering the steps. The first word in that acronym MASTER, M, stands for moderation. That's the right art of contact. Choosing what to see, what to hear, what to speak, what to consume is moderation. A for awareness, mindfulness before and during indulgence is very important. Sublimation, avoid suppression by intellectual conviction. That is sublimation. In time gap, we have to insert a gap between the urge for the senses to go out and the action takes place. There has to be a gap. You know, in Europe and all that, there is the traffic signal. They don't go from red to green immediately. They actually, there's a red, then red and amber, and then only green. Stop, get ready, and go. Like that, when the senses are ready to go out, actually, we should put a red signal there, then red and amber, and then only green. So that is kind of a time gap between the urge and action should be created. The next letter is the emotional stability. Less agitation when denied pleasures. Is that way emotional stability we can measure and practice. Reduced impulsiveness. minimizing the reaction to sensory temptations that us we should practice. That way, the acronym master can be used to remember all the steps for practicing Dhamma. Lastly, how do we measure the progress? How do we know that Dhamma is actually growing? You know, so that actually we can remember PCD, the progress of PCD. Actually, did I pass before reacting? Did I use that stop, get ready, and go? That technique that I use before actually reacting? Did I choose consciously? Did I feel disturbed when I was denied of something? So this PCD, if it is improving, then Dhamma is progressing. So that way, we can understand what is Dhamma, why it matters, and how we can practice it, and how we can actually measure the progress also. We will see the third in the sixfold inner wealth, Uparati, when we meet next time in May, June timeframe. Till then,